Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of more Scorched Earth Explorer Notes. Today we're going to cover, well, half of the uncovered region there, roughly. This is the second to last episode. Let's get right started, but quickly, if you do find this one helpful, as usual, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Both help me out a lot, it's completely free, and you can change your mind in the future. But let's get right into this with the first note of the day. So we're gonna start with our first note, and we start here. This is roughly the location that we are at right now, and we're gonna point towards this mountain here, sort of in the west, sort of midwest right there. And the area is very easy to find because you can see it's quite distinctive. You have two kind of grand arches right here, with a sort of extended mountain pillar almost in the middle. And you want to pay your attention to that pillar. So you want to get on top of these arches. You can go up here on the right, as you can see. And you want to get on top of this arch. And when you're there, you want to basically get to this bumpy thing on the middle of these arches. So one arch on one, like under us now, we have an arch on the right and an arch on the left. And then you have this mountainous bump in the middle. So what you want to do when you reach this bump, face toward it, and you want to go to the left and just follow it amongst these rocks here. And when you reach the very end of the rock here, or like the bridge, to the point where you fall down, if you continue any further, a Raia note is just hidden here in the open. No ruin or anything, just all alone. Raia tablet number 29 at 46.6 by 22.1. And then our next note is pretty close by. You can actually see the ruin from the note we were just at down there. So to give you some guidance, we are still in the same area. There's the little bump and the two arches under us. However, instead of searching around here, you want to just cross the arches. So this is the left arch that we're on top of right now. As you can see, just follow that arch, and when you can, when you get to this part of mountain right here, instead of continuing down this path, we're just gonna kind of walk up here in the wild mountain. You might not be able to use a land mount here, so a flyer would be best if you follow this guide. But you can see the ruin. So if you just go from the arch and across this little bit of mountain, you come to this pretty big ruin, and you can easily see it from the other note, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But here's the ruin anyway, and here's the note, Raia tablet number 17 at 49 by 20.3. And then if we start in the roughly same location as before, the two arches right there, if you move a little bit to the left, you'll see kind of a third arch forming. And right here, as you can see, again, just roughly coordinates of the area. And if you look towards these spikes kind of pointing to one another, you know you're also very close. You can actually see the next note that we're going to take. But we're going to pay our attention kind of to the ground. So you have the third arch, and if you just look kind of in front of it right here, you can see a very sizable ruin. And the Helena note is on top of it, so it's easy to spot as well. It is Helena note number 6 at 50.7 by 25.1. And of course this next note should be very easy to spot. So another time we are in the same area, although instead of paying our attention to the arches, we're going to pay our attention to these four spikes that are kind of pointing towards one another. And the biggest sandstone one, because that other normal rock looks pretty much the same size, but the biggest of the sandstone ones, it's not this tiny one right here, but this big one. As you can see on top of it, it's a very obvious big ruin, easy to spot. You probably wouldn't need this tutorial to find it, but I'm going through all of them, so of course I gotta show it still. We have a ruin right here, and if we search it, we will find our note, and it's behind it right here. It is Helena note number 19 at 53.0 by 26.5. Alright, then we're starting at the spikes for this next note, So what you want to do is basically angle yourself between these two rock spikes right here. So we are kind of in the middle of these spikes right here. And you want to point towards that mountain in front of you if you have those two rock ones on either side. This is just, again, area and the direction we're pointing towards that little mountain. And you can also see we have an obelisk there on the right. And if you're doing this on land, of course, you got to kind of follow the terrain. But if you're on a flyer, you want to just basically head towards this direction. So you can see where I'm aiming, sort of on the slope right there, on that mountain, right in front of me. I want to head that direction. It's a bit laggy for some reason. Don't really know why, but I'm going to head that direction. You can see there's a water source right there. And right next to that tiny, like, little sandstone cliff hang area, there is a little note ruin right here. Quite a nice one too. Dahkeya number 20 at 54.4 by 31.6. For this next note, we gotta head a little bit further north. This is roughly where we are right now. And it is a fairly distinctive region too, or not really that distinctive, but you should be able to find it fairly easily. We have a spike right here, rocky spike, a pretty tall mountain, and where we are now you can actually see the arches and stuff that we were at earlier back there. But you can see this feature right here, which is another kind of bridge, arch kind of rocky structure. And you want to pay your attention to it. So this one kind of requires a flyer to get to, because it's on top of this shelf here. So on this shelf, you want to search around. This one doesn't actually have a ruin, so it's another one of those that are kind of hard to spot, because you got to actually spot the note. But when you are on this kind of platform right here, go all the way in until it kind of hits the mountain. And we have another Raia Tablet, 28 at 45.3 by 30. Kind of strange to have this note without a ruin, but that's how it is. And then for this next note, we want to head to this area. So we were just over there. Now we're just a little bit further east. Rough coordinates. And we want to kind of make our way to this area. So we have a sandstone rocky spike right here. And we have this land bridge right here. And what you want to do is land on this side of the land bridge, or on the land bridge, to just for guidance, with sort of the mountain and obelisk behind you. That would be the red obelisk, I believe. Or is that the green one? Actually cannot tell the difference right now. We're going to have an obelisk behind you at least. And then you want to have this massive mountain that we were, you know, at a bit earlier. And you can see the blue obelisk behind that. You want to head that way, across this land bridge. And when you reach the other side here, you want to turn your eyes a little bit to the right. Go this way. If you follow this like micro cliff right here, you should come to this little ruin. So land bridge right there, a little bit to the right, and we are right here. Walk up the staircase. Dahkeya note number 19 at 45.6 by 34.6. This next note is a little bit out in the open, so I'm sorry for that, but I'm going to do my best. So we're going to start at the previous ruin, which is right here. And what you want to do from here, we have the land bridge right there. We have that little spike. That's the red obelisk right there, and the blue one is kind of behind there. But when you kind of face this ruin, you want to basically go to the right. You can see the green obelisk in the distance, and you can see that rocky spike in front of us. And we kind of want to just head towards that. You can see you have a sandstone cliff to your left. And then we get to a little kind of walkway that kind of goes up there towards the mountain. But continue this way towards that sort of cliff, like, yeah, big spiky cliff thing there. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, then you get to a little sandstone cliff again forming. And then you kind of get out here, which is almost like a cross section, like a road cross section. You can see that you can go this way, you can go that way, kind of towards the blue obelisk. You can go this way to the right, towards the red, and you can go kind of straight forward towards the green. And if you just kind of go the left way, you can clearly see the ruin up there on that little rock towards the blue obelisk there. So you can either walk and kind of climb, or you can just fly up like I'm gonna do. And it is a Raia tablet number 18 at 43 by 37.3. So these couple of next notes are going to be really hard to direct you to because they are in the middle of nowhere, like they are in this region right here. This is the coordinates, this is where we are, roughly 40-40. I'm going to do my best. So right now, you can see that kind of cliff right there. Actually, that is kind of the canyon, the river going through the map. But you can see that very big cliff right there, kind of diagonal cliff. In the distance there, sort of if you look towards the green obelisk there, we have the red one, and then we have the blue one. And we're going to start at this pillar right here. So again, this is the coordinates of that pillar. And if we go from afar, this is what the surrounding area looks like. You can see there are a bunch of other kind of rocks sticking up here towards the blue obelisk. But from this pillar, which is the second... I don't really know how I'm going to explain which pillar this is. It has some grass on it, I guess. And if you look not quite towards the blue obelisk is right there, a bunch of rocks. If you look towards that mountain, though, like towards the left of that mountain, sort of, like the left end of that mountain, and you look down, you can see a ruin right there on the grass. Again, sorry, but it's really hard to direct you to these, so I'm just going to mainly focus on the chords. We have Dahkeya number 15 at 39.7 by 41.1. And then for this next one, we want to move to this area, so you can see all of these rocks that are kind of towards the blue obelisk. You can see our previous ruin down there ahead of my Pteranodon. You can see a Megatherium wandering around. And then we get to this area, which is a bit more distinctive because there's a bunch of these tall rocks, and then there's kind of like a little micro canyon, canal, tunnel system thing going down here. So you can see that there is a bridge in the middle of everything. It is the only bridge in this area right here. Just rough coordinates so that you know where we are at. And you can see there's a big rock sticking right in front of us there towards the blue ob. But you want to pay attention when you're on this land bridge to this little on the left here. So right here, you go towards this one. At the end of the land bridge, just take a right turn. And once again, no ruin, Raia at the bottom of this little rock here. Raia tablet number 27 at 37.5 by 40. And then for the second final note, we're going to start at the land bridge again. This is the coordinates of the area once again. However, we're just going to start here because it's easy to define. But we're going to jump straight down into this canyon. And as you can see, if I can land, there we go. Bridge behind us, there's a rock facing that way and the blue obelisk behind that again. And you can see how there's kind of a way going to the left and to the right. And you want to go to the right. Then it kind of splits up again, one facing the blue ob. Kind of hard to see, there we go. One facing the blue ob and one going to the right of that, and we want to head to the right. So in other words, just leave this kind of little valley thing the right way. And then you want to pretty much just walk straight forward. So you just want to walk straight forward, and from that kind of slope there should lead you directly towards this little ruin right there. Just gonna fly up and show you the surrounding area. There's the ruin. It's really big, so it shouldn't be too hard to spot. And then this is the surrounding area. And there's a Rockwell note. It is Rockwell number 12 at 36.2 by 42.1. Then we want to start here for our final note. So we're still in the same area. You can see the land bridge right there. You can kind of see the ruin that we were just at over there. Now we're at this kind of tall rock, as you can see, facing the blue obelisk. When you are on this, like in this area, and you look to the left, you can see that kind of closer to those mountains there is another sort of sandstone pillar. We want to go towards that. Right there. And then if you pretty much look straight up towards the mountain this direction, use this rock as a little bit of a guidance, look sort of towards the mountain that way, straight forward, and on the ground here, foot of the mountains, we have another ruin. This is Dahkeya Note number 16 at 35.8 by 37.8, and it's the final note of the day. So we're gonna just boost some points, and then we're gonna just quickly take a little look at our current notes. As you can see, we are very close to the end, and the final episode will be the next one, so episode 11. So as you can see, we still need Helena Note 1, 5, and 20. We have gotten all the dossiers. Rockwell number 7, Rockwell number 28, Raia Tablet 2 and 3, 23, and Dahkeya Note number 5 and 25. And then I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to show all of them, but I'm not sure where exactly. Where's the Genesis? Where's the Extinction Chronicles? It should be here somewhere, shouldn't it? Yeah, that one. This is the question mark ones. And basically we need number 2. So number 1 for a... Wait, would that be like 1 for 7, 10, and 13. That's 5. Island ones. And then 14, 11, 8, and 5. And 2 is Scorched Earth, and then the final ones are for Aberration and Genesis. But yeah, as you can see, we need 1 more of the Extinction Notes for this map. So yeah, we are getting there, guys. We now just need 1 more episode to cover the rest, and then we're done with Scorched Earth. So thank you so much for watching. If you did find this one helpful, again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Both help me out a lot. You know that. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.